All right, well, Joker, it's just continuing its historic box office bomb right now. It's really, really, really bad how low this film is going. So I hope Warner Brothers, it was worth it to stick it to the chuds. I hope it was worth it. So Joker Folie does disastrous box office run continues as moviegoers return to Deadpool and Wolverine. It's not even that, ladies and gents. I mean, that's good, obviously, but even like Beetlejuice in week number 7 of being out is still pulling in more money than Joker in its third weekend. I mean, that's horrendous. Well, that is so bad. So, let's have a look, shall we? We'll look at this article within Deadlines as well. It says, as expected, Smile 2 has gone straight to number 1 at the North American box office this weekend with a $23 million opening. Obviously, we don't know the full figures yet, but that's what it's looking like it's going to be. And they're pretty accurate these days. So the movie received a B cinema score from audiences, an improvement over Smile's B- score. I enjoyed Smile 2. I did a review of it. I'll leave it linked above. I had a good time with it. It's certainly, I don't know. I had a good time with it. So it says this one sequel that isn't making much of an impression, though, is Joker Folie Deux. So the movie lost 1,245 theatres during its third weekend and is eyeing a disastrous $2 million to $2.5 million haul over the 3-day frame, following a laughable $665,000 Friday. I mean, that's awful. So it's sitting at $54.9 million in the US. That's it. Now, again, it's not even just Deadpool and Wolverine that's doing well. You got to remember, right? You got to remember, you've got Terrifier 3, and that's cleaning up as well. Like, it's hilarious. So let's take a look and see Deadline's article on this. And again, if you want to see a good performance from Naomi Scott, I'd go watch Smile 2. It's a great performance. Like, genuinely great performance. So, Saturday AM, Paramount's $28 million production. Smile 2 is in great shape with a $23 million opening. That's amazing. And that's just domestic. So, yeah, it'll be breaking even. That'll make quite a lot of money eventually. B Cinema Score says that's better than the B- on the first one. No one's projections show this horror movie falling apart with a Saturday hold that's around 15%. Minus 15%. Good times for the Melrose lot before the Skydance merger storms. They fully unveiled Gladiator 2 to press and actors, branch members last night. And from the look of the crowd throughout the 2-hour-plus movie, everyone was so locked in and transfixed, no one dared leave. So, yeah, we'll see how Gladiator 2 does, but I still don't think that's going to do that well. But we'll see. So, we've also, again, like post-track stuff for Smile 2. 31% men over 25. Not really a surprise. That's up from 28% on Smile. 24% apiece for men under 25 and women over 25. A little lower for each versus 2022 movie. Women under 25 at 22%. Up from 20% on the first one. 18 to 34 is close to 70%. Which is about the same as the first one as well. And then they just go through all the diversity stuff. Which is just... who the fuck cares about that? But anyway, so Smile 2 is the happiest in the East, South, South Central and West. But really coast to coast, the AMC Empire New York is the PIC's top grossing site. So it's doing really well. Basically, it's just doing really well. Like, it's just doing good. Yeah, they think... well, yeah, it's going to be an over $20 million opening. Like 20... well, again, they said 23 odd million, didn't they? So, yeah, it's doing pretty damn well. But we'll scroll through some of this, right? I mean, they released Hocus Pocus, right? Disney re-released Hocus Pocus at 1,480 locations, which did 287,000 on Friday. And that's looking like it's going to be just under $1 million for its 3-day. I mean, that's madness. That's absolute madness. Again, Joker 2's only just done, like, it's projected to do just about double that. I mean, that's fucking, how bad is that? How bad is that? Goodness me. Absolutely atrocious. Ketchup Entertainment's first weekend of Michael Keaton and Mila Kunis dramedy Goodrich. 600,000. Not really that good, to be honest. Wild Robots doing brilliant. Weekend number 4. Minus 24%. So 10.7 million. 102.3 million domestic. Pretty good. Overall weekend, 71 point blah, blah, blah. It's not too bad. It's doing all right. But then here we go. Here's the numbers that just make you just laughable. Absolutely laughable. So Smile 2. 3,619 theatres. It'll do about $23 million this weekend. Week 1. That's a pretty good opening for this film. Wild Robot in week number 4 is doing pretty well. 3-day, you know, week number 4 for 3 days. Again, week number 4 for 3 days. $10.7 million. Pretty damn good. So that's been out for a whole week longer than Joker. And is doing $10.7 million. Terrifier 3. 2,762 theatres. I think they increased some of those theatres. If I remember rightly, yeah, it says plus 248. But that's done really well. So it's a drop off of 64% from Friday. So a total 3 days, only 48% drop actually, sorry. That's it. That's a really good drop. That's a really good drop. 48% for a whole 3 days. That's great. So $9.8 million is looking like it's going to take in its second week. That's brilliant. Beetlejuice though is the biggest surprise here. 3,251 theatres. $284 million at the domestic box office. This is all domestic, only in the States. That's done like, I think this has done over $700 million worldwide now. Like, it's crazy high. So 5 million, week number 7 is going to do for 3 days. Week number 7, $5 million. And Joker, 2,857 theatres. 3 days, 2.2 million is what it's going to take this weekend in week number 3. I mean, that is real bad. That is real bad. That's on par with Transformers 1, week number 5, 2 million. It's on par with Saturday Night, week number 4, whatever that film is, 1.8 million. Like, even The Nightmare Before Christmas has done $1 million less. With 1,000 less theatres. How bad is this film? Seriously. That's so, so bad. So there you go. I mean, it just goes to show. You get what you deserve, don't you, really? Warner Brothers. What were you thinking? What were you thinking? So there you go. Not much else to say. Joker 2 just continuing its historic box office bomb. And is being beaten by literally everything. With significantly smaller budgets, might I add. So anyway, cheers guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.